right now on 5 on your side at 10.
A wind advisory is in place for us on Monday, and it's a weather alert day from 7 to 7. We'll talk about the highest wind gusts we're expecting and when the rain settles in as well.
A local university's balancing act puts a popular sport on the chopping block.
This is a sport that goes way beyond just Lindenwood.
Tonight, the impact on the local gymnastics community. Our top story, a tragic end in the search for a missing young man in the Metro East.
What's going on in people's mind that you would shoot a 19-year-old child?
Tonight, his grieving family calls for an end to the violence. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. The Major Case Squad now investigating the death of 19-year-old Daniel Nunn. The Washington Park man's body was found yesterday in a Cahokia Heights neighborhood off Camp Jackson Road. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski talked with his family tonight, who are left seeking answers.
Chris Hodges says on Monday, March 18th, his 19-year-old nephew, Daniel Nunn, left his house to visit his cousin down the street. And when he didn't come back, his grandmother FaceTimed him.
But when he answered in the car, well, she found out he was in the car when he answered. And he said, "I'll be right back, Granny." He never showed up.
Later, they reported him missing to the Washington Park Police Department and started looking for him, posting flyers and pictures on social media. One flyer said he was possibly last seen around St. Martin Drive.
When he didn't answer his phone, that's when the red flags really went up.
The family got a call they never wanted to receive. Police say Daniel had been found here near Melvin Drive, shot to death.
By getting that call, it was a 10% relief, but a 90% devastation of how he was found. We wasn't expecting that. We was expecting the police to find him and say, "Oh, we got you, we got your son. We're gonna bring him home." That didn't happen.
His cousin Ashley says she's been there for Daniel ever since he was born and just can't fathom why someone would do this.
So I watched all of them grow up, and it's devastating because I have 3 sons myself, and they're all around the same age. So it's like you just can't imagine why somebody would take this young man's life like that.
On Saturday, the Cahokia Heights Police Department called in the Major Case Squad of Greater St. Louis to assist in the investigation. The family wants answers.
It might be somebody that knows something that's afraid, because I know it's devastating to walk down a street or an alley and see a dead body. I would be devastated, but say something.
Chris says Daniel loved to play sports and was currently studying to get his GED and go back to school. But now they're planning his funeral. And while they don't know what happened, they want the violence in their community to stop.
Guns are not the answer. Fighting is not the answer either.
Reporting in Washington Park, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
If you have any information, you can call the Cahokia Heights Police Department at 618-337-4277, or you can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Just hours ago, the Major Case Squad announced a juvenile has been taken into custody in connection to the deadly shooting of a Pagedale teen. On Wednesday, police found 15-year-old Lawrence Clark shot to death in an alley off Bradford and Purdue Avenues. The juvenile is charged with second-degree murder, assault, and armed criminal action. Investigators did not release his age. The Weather First team has activated a weather alert day for tomorrow. Let's take a live look downtown, where we've had a blustery Sunday, and a wind advisory will go in effect in the morning. Meteorologist Gary Frank also tracking the timing of rain and storms to start the work week. Gary?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Windy day today, gusts over 30. We can handle that. It didn't really cause too many issues other than just it was really breezy and we had a higher fire danger. Well, now we're going to see rain start to enter the frame, but it's a system that you can see the spin. I mean, look how impressively wide this system is with periods of rain behind it. We don't have any of this reaching the surface right now, but look how many counties and states are under a wind advisory as a result of this system. This is packing some serious wind, and that also includes us. We'll start that at 7 a.m., goes all the way through 7 p.m., and rain right now not reaching the surface. We've talked about the dry air that's in place, a lot of this evaporating, and we may see a few showers to start the day, but our wind speeds right now still gusting between 25 and close to 30 miles an hour in central Missouri, and that's going to continue overnight. If you're a light sleeper, you're probably going to hear the wind as we're still at 58 degrees. Pretty close to normal for our average high, and it's 10:04. So as a result, wind advisory tomorrow, up to 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So this is going to be pretty significant. Isolated tree damage and power outage, not so much because of the rain, but as that rain increases and the soil's moist and loose, we may see some of those trees move around a little bit easier, and we'll talk about how that's going to impact us tomorrow. Time out the heaviest rain for you as well.
Tonight, a South City neighborhood is coming together after someone torched a free little library. What's now just a pole started as a cabinet full of free books put up about 10 years ago by Brenda Morrison, the goal to get more people to read. And just this week, the community effort was turned to ash. While Morrison says it wasn't a fancy cabinet, seeing it destroyed brought up a lot of emotions.
What's the logic behind burning down a free little library? I don't see one. And Bevo is a good community. We all help each other. A couple guys in the neighborhood helped me put my pole and my cabinet up. We're family here at Bevo.
Morrison put up a sign addressed to the arsonist saying the free little library will make a return. She says people have already flooded her with support, offering money, help, and more books. It's a tough time for local universities facing financial hardships. Earlier this month, Fontbonne University announced it will close its doors after 100 years, citing slumping enrollment. Over at Lindenwood University, several D1 sports programs are on the chopping block, including women's gymnastics, which held its final home meet this past weekend. New tonight, 5 on your side's Annie Krall has more on the impact on the local gymnastics community. Annie?
Lindenwood disbanded 10 sports and impacting about 284 students, especially with the Paris Olympics this summer. Saying goodbye to last year's national gymnastics champions wasn't easy for the Lindenwood community.
Now let's hear it for your Lindenwood Lions.
Saturday's MIC Championship in St. Charles, the last home meet for Lindenwood University's gymnastics team ever. The school announcing December 1st 9 Division I sports and cycling would be cut after their seasons. Lindenwood's vice president for intercollegiate athletics saying in the original announcement, unfortunately, it is critical for the long-term sustainability of the department. Lauren Cartmel, a member of Lindenwood's first gymnastics team, is disappointed the university couldn't stick the landing.
It was really cool to see the program start with building such a firm foundation and seeing that legacy being built continuously throughout the years and continuing to have the same heartbeat of we're one team, we're one body.
With less than 70 D1 women's gymnastics teams nationwide, according to USA Gymnastics, athletes tell us losing even one makes the sport more competitive to earn a spot. Universities like Auburn quickly showing solidarity by wearing ribbons with the school's colors of black and gold.
And there's also so many young club gymnasts that are coming to watch these programs. That was always my dream, was to go and compete for a university, and being in this arena, dreams became reality. And so knowing that's being cut for future generations, I think that is the part that saddens me.
Young gymnasts wanting Lindenwood to know
that you guys are
really good.
Yeah, and that I love your team bonding because
just watching them is
it's just really fun, especially because our team is also kind of like them. We're really close, all of us.
competing here was Rayon Chapman's dream.
I'm very upset right now because I don't want them to be cut.
Now setting her collegiate sights elsewhere. Cartmel added there's likely to be more interest in the sport this summer because it's always such a highlight of the Olympics, making the end of the program even more devastating. This isn't the first major cut at Lindenwood, closing its Belleville campus back in 2020. We've reached out to the university directly for comment, but have yet to hear back. Mike?
Annie, thanks. A beloved Alton restaurant is preparing to close its doors this week. My Just Desserts in Alton has been a community staple since 1989. In 2018, the shop, known for its pies and its sandwiches, was taken over by Yvonne Campbell. 4 years later, she tragically died in a tour bus crash while on vacation in Jamaica. Her sister Evelyn took over last year, but says it's been difficult to keep up the restaurant while working her full-time job.
People still come in and they still talk about her, and just knowing that she had such an impact on people has made it the best for us to keep going. And it is very, very, very bitter to me, but bittersweet. I'm glad that we have been able to keep it going, but in the end, I have to think about what's best for me. And I'm glad that I've got the opportunity to keep her legacy going.
My Just Desserts will close on March 30th. Campbell says she has gotten several inquiries from potential buyers wanting to keep the doors open.
Overcoming adversity.
If I would give up on my situation,
I wouldn't be letting me down. I'd be letting all these people that believe in me.
He suffered a debilitating stroke. Now he's using his journey of recovery to inspire others.
Peak wind speeds today, over 30 miles an hour in some cases, but believe it or not, it's even higher tomorrow. What we're expecting in terms of wind gusts tomorrow, and we'll track that rain chance for Monday as well.
Coming up on Sports Plus, the Cardinals have announced their starting pitching rotation, and it may surprise you. Slew's search for a basketball coach is on hold. We'll have the latest. Plus, he won 4 Super Bowls and is one of the most famous football figures of all time. Terry Bradshaw is our special guest. The man has been on network TV for 40 years.
I think the viewers learned over time they like, I make them feel good, I make them laugh. They know I'm honest. They know I'll tell them how I feel about things. And what more can you want for a broadcaster than be honest with me, don't bull BS me, because that lens doesn't lie.
And wait till you see our story about a bunch of soccer players in the area trying to win $1 million and doing it for a good cause. We'll see you in 20 minutes for Sports Plus.